Our city is full of incredible kids doing amazing things, and we want to spotlight those innovative talents right here on this show. So up next, a young man that puts his money where his mouth is. He's on a mission to help kids learn about loot. Check out my conversation with kid entrepreneur Caden Harris. Hi, Caden.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How's it going?
I'm great. And yourself?
I'm pretty good. I'm excited you're here because I want to learn from you. And first, I want to ask you how you became so interested in financial literacy and talk about the inspiration behind it.
Well, I would just always go to business meetings with my dad where I would always hear them talking about financial literacy. But at that point, I didn't know what financial literacy was.
Sure.
So I took it upon myself to learn about financial literacy and be able to teach it to kids in a way that they could understand.
So what made you turn your passion for finances into a teaching tool?
Well, when I first had the idea, I wanted to find a way to be able to teach kids about financial literacy because I knew that kids needed to learn about financial literacy at an early age. So I decided to create my own business because I saw that my sister had her own company, and I wanted to create my own as well to be able to impact kids in that way.
A little sibling rivalry, never hurt anybody. Okay, talk about why you think it's so important to teach especially kids about learning about their finances.
Because I often find that most kids graduate high school without even knowing the basics about financial literacy. And I know that needs to change, and that will lead us to having better cities, better communities. And that's why I would love to teach kids about financial literacy.
All right, yeah, set us up for success, Caden. Okay, talk about your teaching concept, and it's called CASH. Explain that.
Yes, the C stands for constantly earning, so it means always finding a way to be able to earn your money. The A stands for assets and liabilities, just kids knowing the difference between what's an asset and what's a liability. S, which is saving, finding a way to be able to save with a strategy. And H, which is having a head start on budgeting. So always know how to budget, the amount that you would like to budget. So that is what CASH means to me.
All right, describe what it feels like to be an entrepreneur, especially tell people how old you are.
I'm actually 12 years old.
Yeah, and what has the journey been like for you to being an entrepreneur?
It's been great being an entrepreneur, being able to teach other kids about financial literacy. And I actually started my company when I was 7 years old.
What?
So I've definitely been teaching kids about financial literacy for a long time now.
Wow, you're 5 years in at such a young age. Talk about the benefits of peer-to-peer learning.
Well, I actually find that most kids gravitate to learning from other kids compared to learning to adults because they may get bored if they just see an adult talking to them. But when they see a kid their age doing this, they know that, wow, they can do it too.
Yeah, that's so smart.
And that's why one of my biggest catchphrases is always that if Caden can, you can too.
Okay, talk about Caden's financial bus. What's that?
Yes, I have my financial bus, which I actually have had a capital raise of $50,000, and on board it has a mock bank where kids are able to learn how to deposit and withdraw their money. It has a mock grocery store where kids are able to learn how to have a family budget, and a mock stock exchange where kids are able to learn how to invest in stocks.
Caden, that is so incredible. What a good, interesting, necessary concept that you're teaching all of us, and especially kids. Okay, pretend that I'm 10. I'm 10 years old, and you're going to teach me something. Give me a little sample of how you would teach one of your peers.
Yes, well, one of the first things I'll teach them is one of the easiest ones, assets versus liabilities.
Okay.
Knowing what an asset is, something that puts money in your pocket, and a liability, something that takes money out of your pocket. So, for example, would a gaming console be an asset or liability?
Oh, well, that's probably an asset. So I could sell it, couldn't I, or no?
Yes,
okay.
You could sell it, which would make it an asset.
Okay.
And for example, writing a book, would that be an asset or liability?
An asset.
Yes, because you can write it and, of course, sell it to people for a profit. How about a pair of shoes? Would that be an asset or liability?
Well, it depends what kind of shoes they are, but I'm going to say asset.
Yes, you can also sell those, which would be an asset.
Okay.
So those are just some of the few examples that they would go through with an asset versus liability.
All right, Caden, thank you so much. I see such big things in your future, and I know you don't need me to tell you that, but we are so happy that you're here, that you graced our ANC stage, and big things for you to come, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure being here. And remember, if Caden can, you can too.
I like that. Let's take that with us today. Thanks, Caden. Ooh, that's so exciting. All right, did I mention he's also a published author? Of course he is. He's a kidpreneur who I bet we'll be hearing from in the near future. All right.
Financially, Tracy bus teacher. Caden, I was riding round teacher. Yeah, let me tell you about Caden teachers. If you want to learn how to make